David Price's world is simple. He's got a place to sleep, a few toys, and a great lady called Mom.
My whole life has changed. I can't imagine my life without him. I can't imagine a day that I don't come home and see him or, you know, spend all day with him. Mom.
Bonding between parents and children is very important. It's important, though, not to overrate those first hours to days of life. Those initial responsiveness to baby is very important, but bonding continues to take place over the course of the baby's whole life, and certainly those early months.
Dr. Stephen Sheloff says the hours after birth are not always magical. In fact, it's normal for women to experience a range of emotions.
What did you feel right after the birth of Claire?
Right after the birth, I was kind of in shock.
Right.
I looked down and I couldn't even believe that this was the baby. There was a period about a week after I had her where I guess I was going through a lot of hormonal changes where
Right.
I was sort of very emotional. But
And that's,
as
you
time
know,
went on, I got really into it.
got into it. Those first weeks and days are often pretty stressful.
For Wendy and her new daughter Claire, developing a routine and rearranging priorities helped limit stress and made for bonding time.
When I get home, she really wants to nurse for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And what I've had to do is say to myself that it's okay if the dishes don't get washed and if things that usually I would do before I had her don't get done. And that it's okay to sit in the rocking chair and nurse her for a while. And I really enjoy that, actually, after a day of work. I just sit and spend time with her and rock with her, and it's very nice, and I think it's good for both of us.
For many women, breastfeeding is a natural time to connect with baby.
You're the one that's giving them their nutrients. You're the one that's like kind of feeding them, taking care of them. And it's kind of when they look at you when they're nursing, it's really like you can't explain it.
For the Prices, feeding time involves Dad.
I tend to feed him at night, and I'll just feed him and hand him over to Dad.
I would always burp the baby after she fed him. So he started to associate me with, you know, getting rid of his gas and taking care of his problems. So yeah, we got, you know, we bonded after a little while.
The American Academy of Pediatrics recommends breastfeeding for the first year of life. It passes immunity to the baby. For parents who bottle feed, improved formulas and immunizations also ensure a baby's health.
For sure, feeding is a wonderful experience for parent and baby. And a bottle-fed baby does allow for mother and father to share that feeding so that father feels good about his ability to nurture that child and that baby. It's a very important connection between baby and parent.
Fathers can bond with baby a number of ways.
Changing the baby, holding the baby, rocking the baby, other forms of just enhancing the environment for that baby is something father can and should be involved in. Fathers have a great role to play. That means that they can hold and cuddle and caress and change and get skilled in a sense of comfort.
She could have some fruit, definitely.
It's important for parents to realize a baby's relationship with other people does not threaten the basic parent-child bond.
You know, you can call me if you need me.
How do you deal with that issue of babysitter, and does that interfere, do you think, with your bonding?
No, I don't at all, and I really, it's just my own wanting to be the center of her world, but she, the babysitter is really sweet and loves her, and I wouldn't want it any other way.
Right.
So.
And that's important to realize that you can leave and you can have a relationship, you can go away and you can come back, and the attachment, the bond, the connection is there. It's there, and it doesn't just disappear.
Babies will inevitably seek out new worlds.
The 4 to 8 month old, I find, the most fun time because they're every day expanding their universe, and every day you're part of that.
As their view of the world broadens, it's inevitable. A child naturally will develop new interests. But for parent and child, the bond remains.
I never thought that I could love any one person that much, so like unconditional, without them even, you know, doing anything. It's amazing.